Yeah.
Alrighty. Good luck. I'm gonna go ahead and click ready.
Good luck.
Look.
Your Drac has to win this one though.
True. Otherwise, I take a spot in the
He could
tournament.
get rid of his
3,
bad luck.
2, 1, go. Good luck. All right, what's going on, everybody? We're doing a little for funsies race right now. The four of us playing some whoa rando again. We took a couple day break to play some any percent. And we got some decent runs going. No world records yet, but it everything's coming together. So very soon, probably, you'll be seeing new world record from your boy in 90%, and I'm excited for that. Let me know how the audio sounds, everybody. I have been messing around with audio settings some more to try and fix some of the weird, like, clipping that's been happening with my microphone. I think my settings were just too sensitive. My gain was up too high. Okay, good. Sounds good. And if you're watching on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Join the live stream as well, so you can watch Randomizers live, as well as Speedrun World Records, potentially. You never know when a world record's going to happen. So yeah, join the live stream, twitch.tv/DragonBloods. Oh, I saw Mott was in here. I wanted to ask you about if it's possible to maybe make an integrated rando for the Xbox version of the game. Because I was thinking about doing some Xbox randos. Warlock again? You know it's always Warlock with me. Even though they're chosen randomly. You know what? While we're here, might as well. Go Silver Ring first or you're a pussy? Dude, I actually don't know what to do. I'm gonna go Silver Ring first. Fuck it. I was gonna kill these guys for the levels, though. I guess I should just spam Soul Steal, actually. Let's go. Yeah, since I'm not in the tournament anymore, I'm like, I can do whatever I want. I can play like an absolute moron. And this play to me is pretty stupid. So of course we're going to do it. That was my original plan before PSX integrated. Okay, gotcha. Because I do want to play some Xbox randos, so that way I don't mix up my muscle memory too much between Xbox and PlayStation. Whoa. Because the muscle memory is ever so slightly different. Like, I can already experience way less input delay, which is frustrating to think about. I don't know what's up with my Xbox setup, but there's an absurd amount of input delay on that setup compared to this. I'm thinking about playing on Xenia just to have less input delay. Whatever. Nice. Easy. Calculated. I almost messed that up big time. All right. Show me my reward. And the quick grab for the swag. It was so worth it, chat. Probably have nothing to heal myself with. Perfect. Just gotta hit this on the way back, or else we die. It's fine. Yeah, that could be final, Vlad. I don't know. Alright, we're good. So here's the problem. I guess it's not really a problem. I'm like, I don't have the All Rocks Warp, but realistically, do I care about the All Rocks Warp at this point? I don't think so. I think at this point, I'm just gonna do some item checks, look for some weapons. Marcel, perfect. Okay. And Mystic Pendant is okay. Oops. Getting up here is a little awkward. There we go. I think we're good. This was a pretty interesting play. This is what I was talking about, where I feel like this play is probably not even optimal or anything like that, but it's interesting, so I wanted to do it. If you were thinking you need a USB drive to put seeds onto your Xbox, you don't. Interesting. I guess I'd have to look into how to set it up on the bad avatar. Good content is the #1 priority. Now that I'm out of the tournament, I can do whatever I want. If I win the race, awesome. If I lose, who cares? How much time does it get 100% items and all weapons? It's like, my fastest time is like 8 hours or 7 hours, I want to say. But I haven't done it in a long time. Yeah, I was thinking about this where, a great analogy that I have for randomizer races is found in, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Of all things. If anybody keeps up with Yu-Gi-Oh!, the card game is in a place where it comes and goes as far as, like, which formats are considered good or not, or fun or interesting or whatever. And I feel like the same thing kind of happens with SotN Rando, where the underlying game of Symphony of the Night is a game that I love so much, but there are certain formats and playstyles and metagames that ultimately I think are more or less interesting. And I think we unfortunately, with this most recent tournament, had a metagame that, for me, felt like it was outside of my control to really do much. Same like how in Yu-Gi-Oh! There are some formats where, like, you don't really have control over whether you win or lose. It comes down to your opening hand, the die roll, the matchups that you happen to play throughout the tournament, stuff like that. So for me, it was like, ah, yes, this is just one of those formats. But ultimately, the most fun part about playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, in my opinion, is playing some dumb shit that might not be optimal, but in your mind you think is cool and interesting. And that's basically how I'm going to start playing the Rando from now on. Because I have way more fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing some dumb shit that I think is fun and interesting, as opposed to, like, hardcore committing to the meta. No, because the Rando tournament, if it was tier elements, would mean that the most skilled player wins, which was not the case in this most recent tournament, in my opinion. But obviously I'm biased. I think skill is still being expressed, don't get me wrong. I still think high-level players are being rewarded for their skill. I think I just happen to be excluded from it being rewarded for my skill in the game. Because I happen to get unlucky. It's the same with, like, the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Player in the world can enter a tournament and just, like, get absolutely steamrolled by some shit outside of their control because of the variance. And I think that's just what happened to me. It is unfortunate that it happened, but it doesn't mean that I hate the game. It doesn't mean that the game's not fun to play. It just means that I think this format was one where you can get incredibly lucky and save so much time over your opponent that skill didn't matter. Holy Glass is this early. Interesting. Since SotN's your favorite game, what game comes close to it? My top 3 favorite games of all time is Symphony of the Night, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Elden Ring, in some order. Symphony of the Night is always #1. I think Elden Ring is probably, as far as, like, single-player games goes, a close second, as it has a lot of the same feelings of exploration, discovery, a wide array of items and secrets. It truly is, like, I don't know how else to describe it other than, like, it is a very, 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 very good game. And I do like the idea of a game that is very exploration-focused, very RPG-heavy, where you can build out your character in many different ways. But also, the combat is relatively It's maybe not the most in-depth combat system of all time. There's definitely some bullshit that happens in like Elden Ring bosses and stuff like that. But it is close to like an ideal situation for me. Whoa. I've been starting to like Melee more now, and I understand it. That is interesting to be getting into Melee in 2026. You're not the only person. There are still people getting into Melee, and I think it's never been better to get into it. But it's definitely in a weird spot, for sure. When am I going to do Yu-Gi-Oh! 15 card mod speedruns? I did the one with Ricky, and that was fun. I'm thinking about, honestly, after this SGDQ, kind of committing to learning new games for speedruns again. Because, like, the last time I did that was when the Dominus Collection came out, and I did some runs of the Dominus Collection games. And I had fun doing it. But I think it could be fun to branch out to even more games. I like the DSvanias. I think they are solid games, but unfortunately, I think they are missing some sauce that keeps me hooked to Metroidvanias. But they're very close. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with them. Well, that's not true. I think there's at least one thing wrong with each game that prevents it from being like absolute GOAT status, in my opinion. Igarashi likes to do this thing where he makes a game that's like 90% amazing and then adds 10% weird bullshit that makes the game really unfun in certain circumstances. And then you're sitting there going like, damn, this cake is delicious, but I think there's a turd in here somewhere. I really don't want to eat the turd because the rest of the cake is just so fucking good. But I have to eat around this fucking turd. DSvania is clear over GBA Vanias by a large margin. Aria is the best game, but in totality, the DSvanias are on average better than the GBA Vanias. But that's because I very much dislike Harmony of Dissonance as a video game. I don't think it's that interesting. In the grand scheme of things, it definitely has potential, or had potential, I should say. But alrighty. No, Order of Ecclesia is not close to being balanced at all. That game is both insanely frustrating or so insanely easy that you don't have to think about it, depending on the build that you make. That game has tons of balance issues. They all do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, none of the games are perfect. I have a lot of love in my heart for the DS games as well. In fact, I think they are on average better than the GBA games, like I just said. But I think SotN reigns above all of them by like a large margin due to the fact that the castle design, in my opinion, is more iconic, more interesting in a lot of ways. I'm interested. And ultimately, the movement mechanics in Symphony of the Night are just far and above better than anything you can find in the other games. Double library card. I'm not gonna worry about buying literally anything else. Yeah, we'll just come back with money because all of our stuff is pretty decent.
Farewell for now.
Am I excited for the upcoming CV? Yeah, I'm definitely going to play it, try and 100% it up to a point where I feel happy with, and also try and speedrun it if I think the game is fun. I plan on doing a lot with the new game once it comes out. Presuming that the game is actually fun and interesting. If the game sucks ass, I'll play it and then be disappointed and then move on with my life, much like I've always done. Ooh, Yasasuna as a drop's not bad. Skill of Wolf is interesting, but we probably don't need this warp. I'm just going to grab it. My plan right now is I think I have Final Vlad, so I'm just going to go second castle. And hope to find 2 Vlads there. Honestly. I guess I'll open this in case... Because if I need to come back to the first castle, I always can. Oops. No! I don't want the peanuts. Okay, that's more money for library cards or Vorpal Blades or something, if that's what I want. No Spirit Orb for the fans? Yeah, sorry, no Spirit Orb for the fans. Oh. Bonk. Damage numbers should be on by default. I wouldn't be opposed to it necessarily, but I don't think it's that make or break, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not that hard pressed about damage numbers, personally. Damn, that's more vertical momentum than I was expecting. Well, now I have infinite library cards. That's interesting. Do I have a Mana Prism somewhere? I don't think I do. Mana Prism would be very nice. Obviously. I'll check the attic checks then. Whoa! I love this randomizer, but it's not even a real randomizer. Buffalo Stars, I guess. Show me the Mana Prism. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there was Mana Prisms in the shop either, but I wasn't 100% paying attention to them because they're generally not that useful in SotN randos. So true. How do you call this a real randomizer when there's none hookers, none blackjack? Explain that, atheists. How's it going, everybody? Welcome in. Oh, my controller said nope. Awesome. Honk. What is that gray box in the top right? Are you able to read the stuff that's in the box? Because that might help you understand the box. Reading the box explains the box type shit. Me watching the stream at 144p. Yeah, it's a race, and that's all the players' names, rank, and elo in the race. Show me a Mana Prism. Coward-ass game. I have infinite library cards, so I shouldn't need this warp, but... Whoa. I have Heart of Vlad. I didn't have to worry about that. Thank you, Remedy. I appreciate it. Did I pass up a Power of Sire at some point? I think I might have. This is better because I might die. Since my stats are insanely low. Not bad. There's one. I could get the warp and then go directly to left side with the library card. That'd be kind of funny. Whoa. I don't think it's necessary because we've left everything in the caverns behind. There's my mana prism. Perfect. Okay. Hello? Hi, Mom. How's it going? Well, now I get to do some any percent practice. There's no reason to do all that, but it was fun. Because I think falling is faster than downward wing smash, but I'm not 100% sure. It'd be interesting to know the difference. OG safe was fun because there was a chance that Power of Sire did no damage. Yeah, there was a couple of weird things like that. Okay, so we know that we could ignore that most likely. Oh yeah, let's just get the warp, like I said.
Dracula, please let me play the game. Please.
Thank you. Dude, sometimes Dracula does not let you play the game.
I'm gonna bust. Oh my god.
Thank you, Tech FFT and Danver, for the subs. I appreciate you guys. Why doesn't he grab the junk he doesn't need? Yeah. The appeal to
I'm an adult
who doesn't shit his diaper. Absolutely zero judgment for being a little baby that poops his diapies. You know what? I'm gonna play like a moron. Who cares? Thank you for the Prime sub as well, Danver. I appreciate it. What is that sub notification? It's normal. It's very normal. You know what? Why not? There's a chance we go back to the first castle. They need that money. Only family-friendly sub alerts. I think I gave up on being family-friendly a long time ago. All those clips sound like my childhood. Yep, that's exactly what I sounded like as a child, too. I had the same vernacular and everything. My mom can attest. She was there. She was there. I, too, have never grown up. Yep. What do you mean I've never grown up? I'm just sitting here playing the same video games from my childhood online for money. That's a very grown-up thing to do. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm very grown up, okay? I do taxes sometimes. If you have a son, name him Dragon Blitz backwards? No, because if I had a son, I'd have to ask your mother, too, since she at least has 50% of the say in the name of her son. All right, watch this. Vertical wing smash. First try. First try. Starting now. First try. Starting now. First try. Starting now. Oh, I didn't even touch it. You know what? We just move on. Okay. I think I have the means to stone Doppelganger, so... Man, Gravity Boots would be sick. Would love that right about now. Oh, there's a Power of Sire. I could grab that.
This guy is such a shitty asshole, doo-doo, fuck-ass, stinky, poopy.
Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate it. So we found Merman Statue and Ring on the second castle layer. We also know that Flight is somewhere in the caverns, I think. So I think it's step 1... Jewel, step 2, like Gravity Boots, probably. Step 3, Flight. Step 4, Glasses. Step 5, just something here in second castle, probably. Or not. It doesn't have to be, actually. Or it could be 7 complexity. I'm not sure. Or, actually, the final Vlad wasn't. Oh, shit. You know what I just realized? I'm just now calculating. Final Vlad might not be Silver Ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill Death, grab the Warp, library card back, and then try and see if I can find Final Vlad in first castle. I'm pretty sure you said you'd power up Sire earlier. Yeah, but, you know, I lie all the time. I make promises I never keep. That's what being a streamer is all about. I haven't really been paying attention to the seed, but I do think I can go back to first castle and potentially win. Oh, that's Spike Breaker. Actually, that means that Silver Ring is maybe Final Vlad. Okay. Hold. Hold. Well, now with that in mind, I can still stay in the second castle. So it's 3 objects here in... Yeah, okay. Because I think that could be final Vlad then. Because that would be the exact amount of steps to reach 6 if Gravity Boots is in Caverns, which led to Flight at... in the library, where Fairy Card normally is. You lied and said you were going to play like shit? No, I said I was going to play like I'm having fun. And not picking up the Power of Sire is low-key kind of like playing like shit. Because I already have 2 in my inventory. Checkmate, Atheists. Some racers might get Omega baited. Yep, it's possible. Very possible. And to be fair, I could still be getting baited as well. It could be shared complexity as well. With Merman Statue leading to Final Vlad at Holy Symbol, and there's also a Final Vlad at Silver Ring, which is what happened to us. It could be shared complexity where Final Vlad is also at Holy Glasses as well. So, regardless, there's a lot of potential bait here. But the fact that we haven't found Gravity Boots yet makes me more inclined to believe that Gravity Boots is in Caverns, which leads to Bat for Flight, and then the chain is 6, like I said.
So how much intelligence do you have? What's your IQ? /. Huh?
Also that, too. I could be having a / IQ moment. Thank you, Little Miss Mayhem. I appreciate the 9 months. Give me my freaking mana prism back. So yeah, now we can go caverns pretty safely. Try and find the random Vlad that we're missing. I mean, to be fair, this is another one of those seeds where none of your decision-making actually matters. All that matters is that you find the random Vlad that you're missing faster than your opponents. Another reason why this randomizer is so fun and so interesting. Oh, man. I love it. But at the very least, I get to play it in a way where I'm just having fun and don't have to care about winning or losing anymore. Thank God. Almost. I am going to check Holy Symbol because it has a chance to be a Vlad, so. Even though it's a slow check, I think it's still worth doing. Because it also has the additional possibility of shared complexity on the final layer, which can and does happen. And it gives me an advantage over my opponents. If they didn't do the route that I did, I'm going to be first to check that location. So if it is there, I have an advantage there. Oh, whatever. Thank you, Mom, for the kind words. I really needed that. Alright. Not bad. However. Whoa! Okay, hold on, I'm bad at the game. Oh, there it is. So that's good. So yeah, my count is correct that Silver Ring can be Final Vlad. The thing is that this can be shared complexity Final Vlad, so I am going to check it. This also means that if my opponents at any point entered the... like, did all this stuff first, and the Final Vlad is here, I just win, because I went second castle first. Oh my god, is that Power of Sire? I should grab that. Thank god. Let's go. Yeah, we're now at the point where, like, I literally don't need any more items. Not even randomized! Oh, no! That's not good. Well, no one's finished yet, so... Weird. I mean, I'm full clearing as much as I can now. The only second castle check I didn't do was Galamoth, which I could always just do whenever I need to. So. It could be Holy Glasses, which means I need to find the other ring, which is why I'm doing all of the checks. Because that would be a reason why no one's finished yet. If the seed required both rings, that would be a reason. We haven't been to Alrox's quarters yet either. Or Coliseum, I think, right? We haven't done either. No, we spawned in Coliseum. Wait, what am I doing? I have gravity boots. I forgot. Okay. I never found a shield rod, but that would be nice. Oh yeah, you're right. I never did gravity boots either. Yeah, because I was like, oh, I'll just come back to that later. Oh, Jammer finished? Okay, well then it's just random. So it's definitely not at Holy Glasses. That's good to know. God, I love Just Guess Correctly. Because it could just be at Gravity Boots, Holy Glasses, Alrox's quarters. Yeah, GG's. Every time you enter the casino, you have a chance to win, but you also have a chance to lose. Funniest is Galamoth? I don't think it's a Galamoth. I don't think Jammer does Galamoth. He seems like the type to skip Galamoth. He also probably skips Granfaloon, though, so there's no reason for me to be doing this either, but... Could it be locked behind the demon? No, that is not a relic check. There are certain presets that have that location be a relic check, but not this one. Yeah. It probably is just like Gravity Boots or Alrox's quarters, most likely. I'm going to full clear this just in case, though. Because I think anybody who stays in First Castle checks this because we haven't found Echo yet. Is that Chrysogram? You know what? Since we're not winning anyways... Oh, never mind. Damn. I just wanted to know. I don't even think it's worth using the Chrysogram over double throwing stars, but I'm not sure. Oh, damn it. Oh, it's here. Okay. That explains it. What? Regular library card. What the hell's wrong with me? That's strange. Because that's just a random Vlad, I'm pretty sure. Well, we actually don't know where Echo is. It could be that Echo is behind something. It's actually Complexity 7. That's a funny situation, if so. So yeah, this is a scenario where doing Caverns first wins you the game. Could be Echo at Galamoth, and that would be shared complexity step 6. Yeah. First Castlers win this one, it seems. I mean, to be fair, I think in hindsight, I still made the correct call. I mean, not in hindsight, but in general, I made the correct call because I was skipping complexity when I didn't need to do anything in Caverns necessarily. Outside of the random scenario of, you know, there being a random Vlad there. I'm dead? I'm not dead. Nice. No, there was a Vlad in Second Castle. Yeah, thanks, Crispy Taco. I appreciate it. Nah, I just came down to my decision to go Second Castle is honestly valid. Because, again, there could be shared complexity on layer 6. And in fact, if Galamoth does have Echo, then that is correct. That my reasoning is still fine there. It just so happens to be a location that like you could skip, you know? Whereas Holy Glasses, you can't skip into complexity that way. Same with Holy Symbol. So there's a chance that we made the correct call in general, but it just didn't work out for this particular seed. So it is what it is. Where's my other throwing stars? Am I blind? Don't I have another throwing star? I guess I don't. Wow. Power Sire it is, I guess. Whatever. If I lose by 10 seconds because I spent 10 seconds in the menu, I don't care. Whatever. I had fun. I'm going to ask them who did Silver Ring at the start, though. Because I win because I did Silver Ring at the start. No damage stacking. Damage stack is... It's good versus Shaft. It's not very good versus Dracula. Because you can't do other damage to him other than waiting for the damage stack to tick down. Really. It limits your DPS. There it is.
So
that's
The
not
whole way
good.
under boss.
Yo, who did Silver Ring at the very start, though?
Everybody.
I didn't.
I hope it's
Coward.
everybody.
You're a coward.
I'm not a coward. It's not. I didn't think it was good to do
Yeah.
it right away.
It wasn't good, but it was fun. That's why you're the coward. Scared of having fun.
Oh, trust me, I had fun this seed. I think we all had fun this seed.
Yeah.
oh
At
my
least it was
god.
both, right?
Oh, what am I doing? I'm doing the wrong library card.
I did the
Fuck my
same
life.
thing. I did the same thing after finding the 5th Vlad. I was like, oh, that's the wrong library
What
card.
were Lisa's last words?
No, I think I just lost the 50-50
Then at least do them no
over
harm.
The
Jammer's
seed was
Wrath.
crazy pace. But the thing is, there was no 50-50 for me. I
Yeah,
just
there
never
is.
found glasses.
You never found
No,
glasses?
I never found glasses.
Where was glasses again?
I went-
Oh, you
I did
freaking
Silver Ring
Alchemy
and went
Lab skipper.
clockwise. I didn't skip it. I just delayed it. I went to clockwise. I went down. I was really about to skip it. Go Forbidden Route when I found the Ring of Vlad though at Cuba Zoe.
God.
Did we find a mana prism in the seed?
I did, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't.
I found
Did
one
you
There was one.
in
There was a
Reverse Chapel.
reverse chapel third tower.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually do those too when I have duplicator, but I was like, I don't want to.
No, I mean, the only relics I ended up skipping were Gravity Boots, Alrox's Quarters, both checks in Alrox's Quarters, and Galamoth.
I did almost everything this seed.
Damn, you did
Yeah.
a lot. What the heck?
Yeah, because I didn't do Caverns until the very end, because it was a 50-50
have-
between going to Caverns or going to Second Castle and just winning. And it happened to be
I
Caverns.
have
And you got three
two.
Vlad.
I have two things skipped to this seed that I will say after I finish.
Yeah. No, my route was...
And this crazy already knows where everything is.
Oh, I know where everything is.
Okay, my
I
two
just
skips
got the
are
final
I skipped Grand Flume and Aquadan.
Okay. Skipping Aquadon's
I
weird.
went Grand Falloon.
I did it because I didn't have gravity boots.
Yeah.
I did not skip Akmadon, but I skipped both Scylla and Merman statue because I knew one of those had to be
That's
gravity boots, and I
deranged,
didn't
bro.
need it.
Yeah.
I knew one of
I
them
guess
had to be
I-
gravity boots, so I didn't do either.
I guess I haven't.
Even
done
if
Holy
it's
Symbol, so
gravity
I
boots,
guess-
like you still
At the very
get
end of the run, it doesn't save any
I'm not,
time.
Like, okay, I am on my way to finishing
Yeah,
the
no,
game.
it's
I do
correct.
not need gravity boots at all.
No, I think that's fine. Because if you're literally just looking for Final Vlad and you have library cards to just take you to the end of the game, at that point you don't need.
I guess he
Dude,
has
yeah,
3
they're all
Vlads. That's
three
right. I keep
all
forgetting that.
Yeah, I had 3 Vlads and glasses before I hadn't done Alchemy, or I hadn't done Alrox's Quarters, Gravity
Holy
Boots, or Caverns, or Second Castle, obviously. So my thought is, well, I have 3 Vlads. If I just go Second Castle and there's 2 Vlads here, I already win. So
When I went
anytime-
to Second Castle, I thought about doing. I went Second Castle and I was like, I could do Darkwing, grab the warp, and library card back to First Castle and get gravity boots and come back. 'Cause
yeah,
I know it's down there.
I considered
thought about doing
something like
that,
too. Yeah.
but I was like, but if the Vlads are just here, then I just lose.
Yeah.
So
So I ended up doing left side. No, what did I do? I did right side up until the
Death?
Aquadon warp. Then reverse library carded. Did left side up until death. Then warped back to finish right side, and then library carded back to first castle.
I like that route. That's a great route if you have infinite library cards.
Yeah, and I was
Every
like,
time I have the
that's time.
opportunity to
GG.
skip caverns, I'm gonna take it.
yeah, I think skipping caverns like was fine here. Does anyone know where Echo is? Because that also
It's
maybe
totally
All rocks.
fine.
it's at All Rocks.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an Aurochs.
So then, yeah, it was just a random Vlad that happened to be at Spike Breaker. Because from my
Oh, you
perspective,
didn't do that either.
No,
there was a
Oh, right, because you did Silver Ring early, so you didn't have any incentive to go all rocks
Yeah.
at all.
yeah,
Yeah,
I just
that makes
delayed it
sense.
as long as I possibly could. But yeah, I
You don't have an
was-
incentive to go Spike Breaker either.
You don't
Well,
have an
until the
incentive?
end, like when he's doing all of caverns, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point,
Because
I,
if he does second castle there and he has one Vlad left, like of course he's just gonna go do all of caverns before he goes back to all rocks.
that's what I did exactly. Yeah, because the density is just way higher in caverns, so just do all the caverns checks, which is what I ended up doing. Although it probably would have been a better idea if I did what Crazy did and
You know, I
skipped.
lost a little bit more time off there being another ring at Galamoth though, because it could be shared. So I went to Holy Glasses.
Oh, the other ring was at freaking Galamoth. That's brutal.
The other ring was at Galamoth, yeah.
Damn.
Because I would have done that too. If
So
I, went to
I
Galamoth.
checked that too.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
checked
no,
that on my
I
way
wouldn't-
down to
I
caverns.
wouldn't
That
checking
explains
shit.
the time difference then, for sure.
I wasn't
'Cause-
checking that shit.
Because I mean,
It
from
doesn't
my
feel like I
perspective,
won.
if no one's finished yet and I had done the second castle, I'm incentivized to do the higher complexity checks because that's like the advantage I have.
I mean,
on my
it's
route.
sure.
all if it's all the way at Galamoth, you're like, oh, these people probably just didn't go to Galamoth and it's shared. Like that should be your thought process.
Yeah. if no one's finished at that point, that is exactly it. But by the time I did Holy Symbol, I saw the Jammer finish and I was like, oh, so it's just like
Yeah.
a random Vlad that I missed somewhere and like caverns are all rocks as quarters, so I just was
He-
forced to do everything.
He called time when I was going to Holy Glasses. Like I was going through the middle of the castle warp to get the Holy Glass.
To be fair, I did lose like 4 minutes to a death, so it could have been much faster with the route I did.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, if I found God route, I would have finished in 20 minutes.
As I said that, I said
It wasn't
Advent
God route,
finishes the
that's
seed in
stumbling
25
upon
minutes.
the-
And I
I'm just joking.
after he said that, I was like, again, if I played the seed and I was only against Advent and Advent only, I would go down first instead of going to second
Oh
castle.
yeah, I think it's very risky to go early second castle versus Advent because I don't know how often he decides to do. I mean, I don't know how he decides anything, to be honest. His brain is an
He
enigma to me.
doesn't.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't know
the
think.
first thing I-
But that's
think
it's
first thing
that's a
I said to
powerful
Jammer-
strategy, man. If you don't know what your opponent's gonna do, like how do you play around it? Impossible.
You don't.
Yeah.
You hope.
the first thing I said to Jeremy was, "How does it feel like to be Ren?"
It doesn't feel good. I don't feel like I won. You guys are like talking about doing second castle and shit. I'm like out here like, how'd I finish in 35
You
minutes?
mean we're
He's
over
out here
talking
getting the
about
eye at Medusa.
correct play?
Yeah.
By the way, I also skipped Darkwing.
I don't know what
just
you
for the
guys are
record.
talking about. You clearly
You
deserve.
skipped Darkwing?
I skipped
Oh
Darkwing.
my god.
That's clearly a skillful. The skillful players always win. It's whoever is the best wins that particular race. There's no luck involved whatsoever. Speaking of, you guys want to do another one?
It kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I'll do a Nimble Light. How about that?
I'll do one, yeah.
Sure. I'll do Nimble Light. That sounds good.
I don't know what the fuck Avon's gonna pick, but I assume we're just playing Nimble and Lycan today. I don't think there's any way it ends up being Warlock at all.
I
Unless,
think you should pick Warlock. If I might, how to instigate a little bit, I think you should pick Warlock.
Nah, I'm picking Lycan for sure.
yeah, I think
Unless
that's
he picks
fair.
Lycan for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think Warlock is. I don't think either of you necessarily have an advantage, but if you're not comfortable playing to the strengths of a Warlock seed, then there's no point.
I just haven't been playing recently, so Mistrises are a little iffy.
Ah,
I mean, everything's a little iffy, but I
Okay,
think
that's fair.
Warlock is like.
you get punished harder.
Plus, I don't want to be
Yeah.
the guy. I don't want to be the Spike Room guy that gets spawned in fucking catacombs in the
But it's
Warlock race
nothing.
and then doesn't go Spike Breaker. because
true.
I'm not practiced.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be that guy either. So
Yeah, or
Like,
worst case scenario,
regardless
you
of the
do all
situation.
that just to find a familiar
but-
card, and you're
Yeah,
just
but
like,
I'm the spike room guy. So if it happens to me and Jupiter's gonna mention it immediately, and then I'm gonna go the other direction. He's gonna be so sad.
yeah, that's just bad for the content. Yeah.
But the thing is like,
Alrighty, y'all. GG's. That was a fun race. See, having fun is worth it. Even if I didn't win the race, I won by having the most amount of fun. GG's to the opponents as always. Like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.